Greetings and salutations, welcome to episode 6 of our YouTube save. We've got a crap ton to catch you up on. I've played a number of games. Some of it's not been pretty, some of it's been actually alright. As you know, last episode we were just floundering about, flopping about, being rubbish. We picked up a little bit. So where we left off was here. With the 1-1 draw over Barrow in the FA Trophy. We did lose the replay, 1-0. Even though they had 10 men for like 72 minutes. Then we got a decent draw, 2-2 against Bromley. Our goals were Taylor Crossdale and Marlowe. Then we went on to lose 3-1 away to Wrexham, who were like top of the table, I think, at the time. Taylor Crossdale got our goal, but it was nothing more than a consolation. So things needed to change, like drastically. We were in the relegation zone. We hadn't won a game since 1937. So I went back to basics, in essence, and we'll go through these results, and then I'll show you the tactic and the setup we're using. When was this? This was... So what I will do... I'll go through the results because there's a few bits I want to show you as well. So then we played Barrow in the league. They were like second in the league. We won 3-2. Austin Lippman got a goal and Crossdale got 2. Got the winner in the 91st minute. Well chuffed with that. Our first win in ages. Much needed. Then we went on to beat Wrexham, which obviously as they were top. Taylor Crossdale with a brace. And then we smashed Bromley. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? 5-1 away. Taylor Crossdale got 2. Bywater got 1. Danny Mills got 2. Who's Danny Mills? We shall find out. Then sadly we slipped to a 3-0 away loss to Chester. That was pretty shit. Then a 1-1 draw with Boreham Wood. Tom Elliott getting our goal. Who's Tom Elliott? What's going on? Then we had a 2-1 win over Braintree. Gary Jones, the old man, got a goal, a cracking volley from about 25 yards. Absolute beauty of a shot. And Taylor Crossdale getting another goal. He's been scoring for fun this season. And then last game we had an away defeat, 4-2 versus Dover. Courtney Cameron and Taylor Crossdale getting our goals. And so if we look at the league, we're in the relegation zone. We've got a game in hand. We're playing well. It's so tight. I'm not too worried at all at the moment. I think we will drag ourselves out. If we just keep the form up, I think we'll do perfectly fine. I'm really not too worried. And I'll show you why, because we've made some good transfers in January. So this is our transfer history. So basically, these all were let go in January. So Andy Bishop, the striker, that was never played a game for us, that was dreadful. Serrano, who was just a bad purchase for me. Hands up, admit it, dreadful, awful, got rid of him. Conor McCarthy, striker that never got a game. He was even in under 21s. Lewis Almond, he could run about. That was literally his only skill. Managed to get rid of him. All these are on a free transfer, obviously. Ben Marlowe, who was actually not too bad, but I just wanted to thin down the squad. Get rid of him. Jamie Allen, another one I just wanted to sort of slim down the squad. Decent player with some decent potential. He was on a non-contract and he didn't want to go part-time. And I do prefer actually having contracted players rather than somebody that can pinch at any time. Same with the previous guy. He's got decent physicals. Then we got rid of Challoner, our backup right back, who's actually pretty decent. But I wanted to get him off the wage bill because we got somebody else in. And finally, Luke Forster, centre back, 30 years old, not doing the business really. Markings 9. He got a number of games, just didn't do that well for us. And that's it. So let's look at the players we've brought in. We've brought in 5 players. First up, we got Danny Mills in on a free. Absolute quality player, 24 years old, can play as a poacher, advanced forward, target man. Can also fill in a defensive forward and deep lying forward. He's a really decent player, really good physicals, decent pace, natural fitness is good. He can jump, brilliant. He can't head, but he can jump, so you know that's useful. Bit of flair, Just a decent all-round player. He is on a non-contract, so that was just because I'm playing 2 strikers now, so I needed the extra striker. He's made 1 sub appearance and scored 2 goals, as we saw in the roundup. Next up, this was my big signing, 22 grand. So a lot of this, the way I afforded it, I had 10 grand to spend, but also what I did was I had plenty of wages. So I was able to adjust the budget, especially when I was already a grand a week under the wage budget, plus the fact that I got rid of a bunch of players meant that I could say, I think the 22 grand I paid like 5 up front, 15 over the next couple of years, and adjusted the budget to fit to get it in. So this guy, Tom Elliott from AFC Wimbledon, beast of a striker. Decent all-round player. There's no real weaknesses in his game. For this level, he is marvellous. Advanced forward, defensive forward, deep line forward. He can play pretty much anywhere apart from the tricky ones that lower league players have trouble with. 6'4". He's a big guy. I'm playing him as a sort of defensive forward. Good all-round player, really. Decent mentals as well. And he's only 25. He can still improve a little bit. Next up, we have James Reed from Nuneaton. He's a left midfielder, 25 years old. Again, pretty solid all-rounder. Plays a winger or defensive winger and wide midfielder. Decent crossing. He's also got decent set pieces, which is nice. All-round, no real big weaknesses in his game. And 25 again, only earning 250 quid a week. I thought he was a steal. Scouts don't really rate him, but I do. Next up, we have Lewis Cyril. So this guy is on loan from somebody, Exeter. That's it. That was on loan from Exeter. Decent left back, backup, and left midfield. So really strong player. Ton of potential. Might keep an eye on him. See if I can bring him in. If I'm not paying any wages, but if end of contract. Be interesting to see. And lastly, we've got Fraser Franks, who is a central defender but can also play right back and left back, which is brilliant at lower leagues. A decent all-round centre back, 6'1". He's got 12 heading, 11 marking, 12 tackling. He stays back, so we don't really want to play him at right back. He's more just a fill-in if we have an injury crisis. But decent physicals all round. I think he is a quality player. So, you know, I said I went back to basics. I literally have gone back to basics. If you're ever in doubt, what I found was my tactic was getting too over complex. I was trying to add instructions. I was trying to do counter instructions, going, okay, well, I'll do this, and now I'll add that. Well, okay, I'll add that as well, and I'll add that as well. And it was just getting way too much. Especially at lower leagues, you're just going to confuse these idiots, right? So I literally clicked on 4-4-2 and went, right, let's try that. That's honestly what I did. I don't think there's any changes to a default 4-4-2. This is literally it. And this is what has bought me the 4 wins in 7 games. So yeah, so all that work on tactics and stuff, and I end up using a default one. For the time being, there's definitely some improvements that can be made to it. I'm going to use this for the time being, and then we're going to make adjustments. I'm not going to go crazy. I might end up with 3 or 4 instructions and maybe a change to the mentality or the team shape, but at the moment just have it as is. So as we can see, Taylor Crossdale has scored 20 goals in 33 games. Austin Lipperman has scored 8 in 29. Bearing in mind a lot of those were in midfield. Also the deep line forward obviously doesn't get quite as many goals, but he's having a really good season. Yeah, it's been a match. I was starting to get a bit worried, I've got to be honest, before the January transfer window started. Like I said, we're still in relegation, but we're not for long. Not for long at all. So today's game, we're just going to do the one game because I've already chatted for 10 minutes. So we're going to be playing Lincoln away. They are struggling in 23rd. So let's get straight into it. So as I said, we're going to play the Lippman Taylor Crossdale. We've got Tom Elliott on the bench. Actually, I'm going to play him instead of Lippman. He's our new signing as well. Finances wise, if we look at the wage structure, we've actually cut obviously the budget's gone down, but it was, I think, almost 11,000. So we've cut that down to 10,000, which is grand a week. That's 50 grand a year. That's quite a chunk for a Vanarama, and we've still got 500 quid of that left. So I'm really happy with how we're trying to develop the finances. We want to go professional, so we want to try and lose as least money as possible throughout the season, and then make some money in the friendlies. Hopefully, go professional the year after. Right, and most of our players are now contracts signed until next year, which is really good. There's a couple of players that don't want. I think Josh Thompson doesn't want to sign a new contract, which is a shame. Oh, don't want to release him on a free. Well, this time got it. I've only just. Oh no. Yeah, it wasn't him then. Somebody didn't want to. Gary Jones is the old man, so I didn't want to. I'll leave it to the last moment. He's 38 now. So I'm not sure if he'll sign again. I think that was it of all the people that... Yeah, we've got everyone that we want for another year, which is great. I think next season is going to be huge. We strengthen again in the summer. I think we can get promoted. You just got to survive. Right, here we go. Encourage the team. There's a lot more to come from you, mate. There you go, loving that. I hope you enjoyed the last episode of the guest appearance. Let me know what you thought. You know, it's just a bit of fun. I asked the missus if she wanted to get involved, and she was happy to. I'll have to get her to manage one of the games. That's it, good clearance. God, what a clearance that is. Go on, Taylor Crossdale. It's got a lot to do. That's a good pass, though. Reed's picked it up. Back post. Elliot flicks it back. Oh, he's clipped the crossbar. Reed with a corner. Oh, it's kept it in. Done well. Oh. Come on, we should beat these now. I feel like we should beat these guys. They haven't had a shot yet. I'm really looking forward to the summer because we can get rid of all the last of the shitty players. I think we've already got a massively strong core now. We can work on the tactic, add some sort of introduction, you know, introduce just maybe a couple of team instructions. Good tackle, and again and again. We'll get beaten 5-0 now, and I'll go fucking hell, everything's shit. That's a good ball. Oh, good save though. Okay. They still haven't. We've managed to go a half without giving them a shot. But we haven't had many decent chances ourselves. Yeah, we can still win this match. Come on. Come on, boys. Well, this is not the most exciting half of football I've seen in my life. Go on, Elliot. Bywater. Back to Elliot. Does well to find Bywater. Clips it to the backside. Reads rises for the header. We don't win it, but we're gonna. Sorrell's gonna get it though. Joyce. To the old man, Gary Jones. Lovely ball across. Look at this. Look at the play. Look at the difference. Taylor Costell. Tight angle. And again. Yes! Get in! One now. I thought it'd gone too tight. Right, couple of subs. Bywater is knackered, so we'll bring on Cameron. Our strikers are doing well, we'll leave them to it. Just freshen up defensively. Actually, we'll go. We'll bring Nolan on for Franks, he's looking a bit knackered. Do old calm concentrate. So get it in time. Drop that to counter for the last few minutes. Make a final sub. Bring on Blakeman. No. Bringing the old man off, he's getting a bit knackered. Come on, see it out, boys. I think looking at the stats, I think we deserve to win this one. Come on, see it out. Keep the ball. Just keep the ball. That's fine. This should get us out of the relegation zone. The board are fine because they expected a relegation battle. So they're not getting too pissed off or anything. Nice, boys. Nice. Everybody's loving it. Where's the league tape? There you go. Da -da -da -da. We have escaped. Start looking up now. Okay. Where? It's a tricky league to get out because there's only one automatic promoted team, and so yeah. How many points? 17 points off. Off playoffs. It's doable. Win every game. Simple. Yeah, we've escaped the drop zone. Right. So yeah, pretty jam-packed episode. I know only one game, but like I say, look, we had a lot to go through and everything. I'm going to jump ahead a number of games. Let's just sort of kind of get this season. We know we're not going to get anywhere this season unless there's a relegation battle. Obviously, I'll come back. We might do maybe 2 more episodes. I might even just do 1 more episode. What do you guys think? Just because, unless we get in a relegation battle, then I'll obviously come back. But at the moment, it's just gonna whiz by, isn't it? Really, just get this season done, I think. So, thank you very much for joining me. Please like and subscribe and comment and stuff like that. Tell me how ridiculous I am for working all that time on tactics and then finding out that the default 4-4-2 was the best one. Brilliant. What a legend. Thank you very much, guys. I love you all. Bye-bye.